Welcome back to the channel. Today's going to be video number 8 in our leadership series. It will be our final video of these short videos. So over the last month we've covered quite a bit of ground, hit a whole bunch of points of leadership. We've talked about the difference between a leader and a manager. We've talked about the servant leadership style and what it means. We've talked about the 7 points of leadership. We've gone on and then talked about some qualities of a leader, then moving into some questions that I put out to you all to ask yourself, to be truthful with yourself about, and then get it followed in by some testing. As a leader, we expect to be tested. We should expect to be tested. And then we followed that up with the last video covering delegation and how we can improve ourselves. So with that said, it's a lot of stuff to talk about. And any one of those topics, we probably could have spent the majority of a day talking about, whether it's question and answer, whether it's just giving a lecture or like a classroom setting or anything like that. But I didn't want to get too into depth in any one of these. I wanted to make short videos, keep your attention, give you some items to think about so we can move forward. With that said, I do have a few more points I want to cover in this video to leave you with before we end this series, and let's hit it. I want to talk about the perils of leadership. So one of the first things that comes to mind would be pride. If we are starting to get that deep pleasure or satisfaction from our own achievements, that means we're becoming prideful. Now, being prideful is not a good thing. It starts taking us away from that team concept about the group of people that we're leading. You just start thinking solely of yourself, which can put you into the next point, which would be egotism. And ego gets really big, and that's always thinking or speaking of oneself and magnifying your achievements. Those type of things, they don't go good. People don't gravitate to someone that's got a big ego or is extremely prideful. They just, you don't draw those people into you. And remember, I told you at the close of the last video, as a leader is always in the front, not to the side or not to the rear. If you're prideful and you got a big ego, you're not going to have anyone following behind you. You're going to be off on your own. In video 5, we talked about jealousy, which is another peril. If you start getting jealous or envying your peers or another group, that's bad. Okay, you should be thankful and give encouragement to those that are doing good things, but don't be jealous of them. Use that as a challenge for yourself to grow, to learn something new, to develop your team, your group as a whole. And then let's hit infallibility. None of us are perfect. We're not infallible. We all make mistakes. We all will fail at some point in time. It's what we do after we fail that makes us a better leader. So if you start thinking you're infallible, then you're going down the wrong hole, which puts you into the next one, which is indispensability. If you think you can't be dispensed, then you're wrong. Okay, if you feel you're too good for your position or too good for your organization, that you're indispensable, that everything's going to crumble if you leave or quit, then maybe you should leave, because that's the point in time where you're not being part of the team anymore. And that's kind of a cold hard fact. Just remember, there's no I in team. So if you're feeling indispensable, that's the I. You're not part of a team. Okay, you got to get back to that team concept. And lastly is elation or depression, or depression. Elation is nothing more than joy. So in our job, we're going to have extreme highs, which would be the joy, and we're going to have extreme lows, which would be the depression. Okay. We have to learn how to recognize and balance those feelings. If we get to extreme high, we're going to crash and we're going to get to extreme depression. We need to learn how to balance those out. There's going to be things that we do that we're extremely happy about. They're good jobs. Your team really did a great job, but don't let it get to your head, okay? Because that starts pushing you into the pride and the egotism, all right? But then again, if you fail at something, don't get depressed about it. Look at it as a challenge. Step up. Okay? Move forward. Don't let it take you down. There's always another day. And just remember, what I said 5 minutes ago is in the past now. There's nothing we can do to change it. So the past is the past. Use it as history to learn and better yourself and move forward. So don't let the depression go yet. Keep focused forward. I know we've covered quite a bit of stuff, and I just threw out some more points for you to think on. Feel free, please, to send me some comments on anything you'd like to see in the future, or if you want me to go back over and cover some topics on anything, I would be more than happy to, or send me the questions in the comments, and I'll try and answer them best as I can. I'm going to get back to weekend videos on doing some projects here soon. I just had so much other things going on that's been kind of difficult. But probably all don't want to hear that right now. So anyways, I'm going to say God bless. Hugs. I'll see you on the next video that I put out.